Alright, ladies and gents, how are we all? Hope you're all doing well. Welcome to London Session Friday, last day of the trading week. Let's have a go on, guys. And let's get this show on our road. So without further ado, guys, good morning, good afternoon, and a very good evening, no matter where we are around the world. Welcome to the few of you on the stream right now. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you've had a fantastic week. We're going to see what we can come up with moving forward into the last day of the trading week. As we can see, gold is still hovering around the all-time high, currently making a bit of a pullback. So we're just gonna have to see what we can come up with on gold. Still probably more interested in buying it, but we'll see. Anyway, we'll do the analysis. In the meantime, GJ is interesting because GJ, the structure on the 30 minutes technically bullish. The weekly is forming a very strong bearish candle. Got a little bit of a conflicting story here on GJ today. Gold as well, actually. Gold, the structure on 30 minutes actually bearish, and the actual weekly candles forming strong bullish. Kind of liking though GJ a little bit more by the looks of it right now, so we'll keep a bit of an eye on that. And perhaps we'll start with GJ today. Gold, I don't see entry just now. Reason being is we're pretty much tapping into a target. So unless you took an impulse entry or you're in from up higher, you're up and about early, then it could have been an option. But for the time being, it's all about this 28.58 sort of region, which lines up some previous resistance and support to the left. That's more what I want to see what happens at that point, or I can look for some options on gold. So we'll start with GJ, guys, and let's have a good one. So if you can, please make sure to smash the like button as well. I would appreciate it. And let's get cracking. Let's have a look at the weekly time frame. And we have, wow, so look at that, we have broken below the support here on the weekly time frame. We are forming a very solid, strong bearish candle at the moment. So based off that, I would prefer to look for the sells, but see what we've got. Like I mentioned, the 30 minutes technically bullish, so I'm not going to be totally against the buys as well. Kind of at the moment, we're right near the low of the support, some more support to the left. We've broken it and since pulled back. Once again, the strength of the current weekly candle is very, very strong at the moment. Obviously in a big move to the downside, so preference would be to look for sells. Looking at the daily, got the structure bearish as well as the candle probabilities itself. We've seen we've got that lower high, lower low. If we were to pull back and break our own low with clean traffic to the left on the daily, there's a good chance we could continue to the downside. So marking the daily low, also going to mark in the daily high to see what we've got above that level. Onto the 4 hour time frame, that as well is technically bearish in structure. We've recently formed some support on the 4 hour. What I want to see is doesn't line up with anything over to the left hand side here, just to stretch it out, just to see if we are potentially bouncing off of the previous level, which you can see we kind of are. We've tapped into that 188.30 sort of region and bounced off it in the current daily candle. The current daily candle's low, so potential reversal point for, not necessarily a reversal point, but a potential point where price can make a little bit of a deeper correction, deeper pullback, to retest the resistance here anyway, around that 189 flat sort of region. And if we begun to break that point, then there's a good chance that we could continue to make a deeper pullback towards that 190 sort of region again. So technically bearish in structure, weakness in the previous candle. However, the current candle has a lower high. It was to begin to break the high of the has a lower low. If it was to begin to break the high of the previous, that would suggest we perhaps grab some more liquidity from this support and we could continue to the upside. 30-minute structure. Now this is what makes me interested in the buys as well as the sellers here. 30-minute structure is technically bullish, guys. We've got the low at this point here, that's the swing point, closed above it, flipping the structure bullish. So let's just mark this in. And the reason why I'm going to mark that level in is because I think we'll find once we get out to the 15 as the highest point of the 15-minute resistance. So what I'm looking at on GJ, both the buy and sell options are looking quite good for today's session. We could get some early options, guys. As for the buys, for an impulse entry to be valid, in my personal opinion right now, what I want to see is let's mark in a 50% of this zone. That would signal enough strength in the current candle to suggest if we create a bit of a low wick on the new candle and begun to break above the resistance with the clean candles to the left hand side, either side of it, clean move up, clean move down, and even you could argue clean move down prior to it, I feel it'd be a strong enough catalyst to look for some impulse buys. So just going to mark in 50% of this zone. And again, it's just following some very simple rules. It's not should I, could I, or is it valid? It's just yes or no. It's a black or white picture. That is how I trade, guys, and that is the best way to trading line rules that are solid, that work for you. And these are rules that work for me. So if we close above this white horizontal, I would be considering the impulse buy. So long as we've got a lower wick forming, whether it be after creating a bit of an upper wick, or if it forms right at the open, it's still good enough. I could look for the buys above. Closes below, I may need to let price action dictate. So what I mean by that is perhaps wait for the new candle, if it just pops straight up, to pop down to create its lower wick and then set the buy stop. That is likely what I'm going to be waiting for at the moment. So one of those to present. Now, as far as the sells, seeing we are technically weekly, it's a very strong bearish candle. The bias is technically bearish. Obviously, just recently formed support at this 188.3 20 sort of region. If we were to begin to pop below it, we've got some very clean traffic to the left. At that point there, I would definitely look for my potential sell options on GJ. So it's looking pretty good, guys. I'm going to just focus on it for now, or I take a look at gold. Now the stop loss, if it is to present, would probably have to be a 15-minute low. Let's quickly look at that. It's just back into the range below. And again, being a Friday, it's not, you know, I don't go all out. So I'm definitely not full margin, going full margin on anything. All right, the high on IC markets is 188,693. So I'll be looking around 188,710 as a possible entry point. It's looking good. We've got a lot of strength in the current candle. So we've created a high, flip the structure bullish, high, low, potentially creating that high just now. So what we want to see is the lower wick, and then we could potentially look at some GJ buys, guys. So I'm just going to set the stop loss for around 510. I haven't set the actual entry just yet, but I'm going to just have it there for once I do set the entry. If I do, that's where my stop loss will be, about 510. So it'll be about what about 20 pip stop. All right, we want to see a low wick. Got a bit of a low wick. Got a tiny upper wick on the previous candle. So I'm going to set a buy stop. Do have an upper wick on the previous candle. So I've just set a buy stop at 710. 20 pip stop loss. So that is currently what I'm looking at, guys, and obviously not in a trade just yet. But for me, it's tick the box. We've got a closure above the 50% of the zone, right up near the high for 15-minute resistance. It does have a small upper wick. Would have been better if it had a bit of a bigger one, but it's all good. It still has one, so that's fine. Quickly, let's take a look at gold again. Yeah, dropping. Gold's tapped into a target, so there's no entry for me on gold just now. In the meantime, the few of you on the stream, I appreciate you. Beats as always. Sketchmas, same faces, same names. Appreciate you guys. James, thank you, mate. For us, gold melting. Yep, all good. Focus is GJ for the time being. Members, here's a link. And those of you who have not yet hit the like button, if you could please do so, that would be much appreciated. Let's get this, guys. Let's see. It's good. It's spent a couple minutes creating a lower wick now and potentially flipping, so valid. Happy to take this trade. Again, being a Friday, not going full risk on a Friday. Guys, feel free to ask questions, and it'd be great if some, you know, if we get some charts sent in as well. That would be fantastic. But otherwise, feel free to ask me to have a look at a pair. I'll do so in due time once we've seen what happens with GJ. Almost triggered in. Looks like I'm about to get triggered. Yep, I'm in. Any slippage? No, all good. Let's see. Why does it do that? Shits me. Basically right at entry just now, guys. Matthew, yeah, Yeah, I actually just got access to be able to actually appeal this decision, so who knows, it could be overturned because I swear I've done nothing wrong. JJ's looking alright. We've got 3.5 pips, 4 pips on the table. Yeah, so good that you've come across. Thank you for coming across, mate. I was hoping, you know, some of you would find it. Yeah, so hopefully the appeal is successful. The issue is either way, it's just a matter of time. I slip up and accidentally say something. TikTok's a night. Yeah, it is, man. It's a real nightmare. You gotta be so careful what you say. I'm looking for other platforms, but I don't think it's much of a to be honest, much interest in it on other platforms from what I've seen. Let's go down to my recent following and go from there, but you know, oh, okay. Oh, glad you found it, mate. Appreciate the support. GJ popping about. Franco, good morning, mate. How are you?
Yeah, thank you. What about you?
Yeah, all good, mate. All good. It's another busy day. Watching GJ right now. Are you in this as well, or?
No, I was in a GU cell.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it went negative, so
yep.
I had 4.3 pips loss.
Okay. Yep.
So, and you're actually in a GJ's buy?
Yeah, I'm in a GJ buy just now. I'm about to pip up, or in and out profit.
Okay.
At about 5 pips, and it's now pulled back to the entry.
Okay. Did you secure something, or?
No, 5 pips isn't enough.
Okay.
No.
Okay. So let's see. I was thinking maybe that you will not streaming today.
No, it's just undecided, depending how I, you know, don't want to go in, to be honest. So
yeah,
I'm here now.
Good to see. Good to see.
Thank you. So yeah, we'll see on GJ. Jay, more into you. Pulling back a bit just now.
Yeah.
If it does break its own low, you could cut the whole thing or cut half. But to be honest, I think it's still technically good. So 5 minute making a pretty significant pullback. 5 minutes retesting. So don't want to manage it too soon because I finally got a closure above, and this is the first retest on the zone.
Yeah, in general, I don't know. It was a little bit negative trend on GJ, right?
Yeah, it is. And the weekly, it's just the 30 minutes actually bullish. One thing I forgot to check was the news. That's my bad.
But I think there is nothing. So
Yeah, not now. There's NFP.
Yeah. Correct.
Gold's gonna be tricky, but yeah, GJ, the pound anyway, there's nothing scheduled. But this is all good. Retesting on 5 minutes. Alright?
No, yesterday there was this the cut rates on the BOA Bank of England. So, and
oops.
I don't know, so it was they're cutting the rates from 4.7 to 4.5. So
okay.
This should normally indicate some weakness in the pound.
Normally,
so,
but things are very
it was negative, but it then went up again.
Yeah, things are very strange with the news. I mean, the US dollar and gold are both moving the same direction. Often, you know, they're usually inversely correlated. So that's why correct. When people say to me, "Oh, look at the Dixie, it's going up," that means gold's going to go down. It's not always the case. I always stress it. It's not always the case. You got
Yeah,
fundamental
so,
things in the background which affected also the strength in US dollar, the strength in gold.
yeah.
So
So
can't
this
always
I've
follow.
noticed also. So it's not it not always the same that's correlated. So you cannot trust on it itself.
Not always, not
Yeah.
not always.
So what about the other guys? So yeah, still sleeping in the UK.
Yeah, seems like it.
There's James there.
There's James now.
Hi guys.
How you going, mate?
Hey, good morning. I was telling to Justin, so maybe the guys on UK are sleeping right now. So and then you popped up.
How's it going? Are you currently in any trades or?
Yeah, I'm in the GBPJPY.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was moving alright, but it's pulled back a fair bit. 5 pips in drawdown right now, so all good. I don't want to manage it too quickly because we've just retested. First proper retest we've had. First proper closure above. So we'll yeah, we'll see. Tommy, good morning to you, mate. Kyle, good morning, brother. Hope you guys are doing well. It's been a quiet week trading wise, well, not that I've been on charts as much. Let's see if I can break the drought. I've had 2 trades and they both break even, so it's going to be, it could be a winning day or it could be a losing day, or it could be a break even day again, who knows. But we'll see. I'm currently about a pip and a bit down, but we're still looking pretty good. So we've had a 5-minute closure at the retest. Let's see if we're going to pull away. So I took the impulse entry and still technically good.
Yeah, I like the way it looks on the ByBit.
Yeah, I like the retest and how it's, if it breaks like that previous count, we're looking pretty solid.
So I also went in right now.
Okay, yep. Oh, you just entered as well. Nice one. Alright, let's push the market, guys. Everyone else that has just gone bearish. Contrary. Everyone's buying, sell it. I remember listening to a podcast once, and I can't quite remember the guy's name, but some professor who's a trader. And that was his belief. If the market's bullish, sell it. Do the contrary. And you're likely to have, it's more probable. But we're moving quite nicely now. At about 5 so pips on the table. Five minutes looking good. Let's see, guys. Let's see if we can't manage to bag a win on a Friday. Pushing quite nicely. Got 7 pips basically on the table. So I'm gonna get to break even shortly. I'm getting to break even. Got 9 pips on the table. I'm going to close half just to secure some profits so I can actually bag some profits for the week. And that's a nice little quick trade in the end. So going to keep the rest open. Yeah. Looks good though. Looks good, guys. The 5 minutes looking really good. Got some clean traffic. You've got a little bit of resistance here in a 5 minute, but by that point you're about 11 pips in. Tell me 19 people for like, yeah, 6 likes on my end. But it would be great if you guys could smash that like button. Yeah, and we don't get enough love. Really miss TikTok because we had a big audience. But we'll manage to work something out moving forward. So I'm currently at break even.
You secure something?
Yeah, I secured half.
Okay.
Yep. Just to get some profits on the table. So it's about 9, 8.5, 9, around 9 pips. How long we got? Alright, I was gonna say how long till London Open, but that's still a fair way away. I think the most drawdown I had was about 7 pips. So another way of managing this trade, guys, if you've not got your stop loss to break even, what I would do is just trail it to the entry candle just now. It really has no need to break low of that candle. 15-minute closing very strong bullish. Bit of a low wick is fine, and then it begins to break again. You got squeaky clean traffic to the left. So it's looking good. So close about 8.5 the first position. We're currently running about 9 pips, so looking good. There's your 10. And there's a job done for a Friday. Anyone took it? Well done.
Oh, very good.
Nicely done, JJ.
Yeah.
Alright, well done to you guys too. Well done. Nice work. 5-minute looked really good. After the actual impulse entry, that's what we need. Don't want to be too quick to manage it with that first retest. Yeah, and if it was going to hold and continues, obviously just need to manage to stay above and likely make the move. So well done, Tommy. First train JJ in a long time. Good work. Nice one, brother. Anyone else? Paul, have you managed to secure some profits? Beats, I'm not sure if you trade JJ, Sketchmas, for us, if you're still there. Jay, at break even, Cole? Yep, okay. Matthew, mate, not sure if you trade JJ as well. Glad you didn't wake up too late this morning, mate. You gotta move. Simple. Gotta move down to sunny Melbourne, mate. We'll meet you halfway and move to Thailand. We're gonna share a beer together. Train some Muay Thai. Sandman, good morning. You got it? Nice one. Good work, brother. Well done. But you will happily move to Thailand? Oh, mate. So will I. Definitely in the future. That's for sure. Although Melbourne is a lot more fun when you actually can share it with someone, to be honest, though. Never realized how beautiful the city actually is of Melbourne. It's just expensive. It's bloody expensive. It's ridiculous. About the rest of you guys, anyone else currently running some GJ buys at the moment? So, ends up in a good week. Probably should secure a bit more though. Yeah, I'll wait, see if it pops up more. Yeah, so I've secured a bit more at the 10 again. So yeah, so all in all, I got closed 75% and roughly 10 pips, so it's pretty good. Doing all right. Now I'm just gonna leave the remainder for the highs and see how we go. How's gold looking? This is my concern about gold. Trying to sell, if anyone was trying to sell it off the back of weekly, you could say, why did you buy GJ then? Because it's forming really strong bearish. GJ, you actually had a reason to. You had a really strong catalyst to do so, and you actually got clean traffic to the left. So there's a high probability it's going to fill that area for the resistance. Some might call it a gap. I just call it clean traffic area. Whereas gold is first of all tapping into a target, very little margin. Yes, it's also strong bullish. I just think it's very difficult selling it right now.
I think a sell on gold would be more on the upper side. So
yeah, it has to be a pullback.
The resistance, because they found the resistance, and then it found the support, and then it reject again the resistance. So then we have this engulfing bullish bearish candle there, and after that on the left side, on the upper left side, to take a sell. Yeah, correct. Yep. This was this one, and then the next one you can take the sell.
Correct. That would have been the ideal spot for sure. So if it presents again, that's when I would consider selling it. But selling into this is just, it's a mess. It's very tricky. I totally agree. GJ is pumping, absolutely pumping. Joe, oh really? All right. But one thing I'll say to that, if you were following your plan, then that just shows enormous discipline. I know you're gonna feel a bit bad about it, but still, mate, I don't think it's the worst thing. By the way, we've got to speak. We've got to speak, mate. We've got to speak. All right, so shit, let's do some gold analysis. I haven't even done it yet. So well done to those who caught GJ. It was a good start to and good session so far. All right, so let's look at gold. The weekly is forming a very strong bullish candle. Once again, in price discovery territory. Once again, there is absolutely nothing to suggest to me that we're ready to make a pullback of any sorts at the moment, along with the fundamentals and what's going on elsewhere around the world. My belief is gold is just going to continue. Yes, it will have pullbacks where nothing goes in a straight line forever. So you're going to see when it creates the impulse, there's going to be some corrections. But all in all, I think the uptrend is just going to continue to prevail on gold moving forward. I can say it now. I would definitely, not that this is investment advice, but for me, gold is a no-brainer when it comes to stacking a portfolio moving forward. Gold, even silver. Yeah, so even at this price, I think gold is way undervalued, personally. Looking at on the daily, another thing about gold, just quickly, guys, is central banks have been buying it in massive numbers over the past year or so. Why? There must be a reason to it. So for me, I'd follow the big boys, and no-brainer. Gold and even silver is being bought up a fair bit right now by the likes of Russia, China, India. So again, that to me is a no-brainer. Looking at the daily, bullish in structure. We do have the previous daily closing bearish. Current has no low wick. Yeah, and I'm not that keen on selling it either way to worry about marking a low. Above the high, you're running into resistance. The previous daily candle's high, so maybe let's just mark in that candle's high and see what we've got above that point, and we'll move on to the 4-hour time frame. But we know we're bullish on the daily as well. 4-hour. It's technically bullish in structure. We've just come down to retest some support at 28.40 and bounced off it. Got some resistance, obviously, at the all-time high again. So we're trading in the top third at the moment. Just remove the high of the previous daily candle, and it's going to be quite difficult unless we've got some clean price action or clean areas on the minor time frame. So let's go down to the 30 first, and then we'll move on to the 15. So what we can see on the 30, just going to adjust this resistance. Let's see if we can find some clean areas of price action. We have recently, just now, we're about to confirm some more support at previous level of support around at 28.60. Again, I'm not keen on really selling it below. I'm just marking potential levels we could buy from. If it drops again, 28.55 is a level I consider buying it. And then below the 4 hours, just above the 4 hour support, you got 28.50, that sort of level. So for me, that'd be buy zones, not necessarily sell zones. If I was to consider any sells on gold, it's much better to sell it back up at the resistance. Let it make the clean move up, look for rejection. I know you're going to say, but you just said it's bullish on the weekly, really strong bullish, so it's, how can you sell it? Difference is, in this case, the 30-minute structure is technically bearish. So if it was to reject and remain below this 28.70, which is technically where we'll flip, reject yet again, at least you've got more margin to sell it. And if it makes the clean move up just now, you're trading clean candles yet again. So as opposed to trading below support where you've just got choppiness, it makes sense to sell it from higher up. So that's what I would consider, but be very careful because after all, it is NFP day and very unpredictable. Otherwise, let's go to a 15-minute time frame. Yeah, I think, to be honest, I think the buys on continuation, the tricky one. Much cleaner above 28.76. At that point, there's a good chance it's going to retest the highs. I'd be very confident that it's going to retest the highs above 28.76.76, and of that point, so again, it's a 4 hour level, all-time high price territory yet again. So can definitely continue bullish. It's enough about to also give it a kick along, but just be very cautious trading today with NFP. Anything could happen. That's my opinion of gold. BJ was still pushing, so I'm just keeping in the final target now. What else we got? GU. Yeah, very similar to GU at the moment, except it's just lagging a little. GJ's broken out into clean territory. GU is approaching resistance. GU looks really good below support here. Not sure if there's enough margin above that point. So GU, you could still argue the 30 minutes technically bearish, unless you consider that swing, which it does kind of resemble one. To be honest, I'd be looking for sells on GU from the current level. If it rejected and gave a price action catalyst from that point, then I'd definitely be keen on selling it. To be honest, I feel for the buys, I wouldn't necessarily jump into the buys above this 124.430. What I'd rather do is just wait and see if price does reject this 124.50 and look for a sell from higher up. If it does begin to pop above the current resistance and above that point 24.550, it's much cleaner to look for the buys. A lot cleaner. What other confluences would we have at that point? You got the 4 hour breaking above a resistance as well, would have come from a fair distance, but still what you could argue is potentially it's confirmed that higher low just now and could pop up to create the higher high. Daily has a lower wick, breaking its own high. Yeah, and that's just another little bit of added confluence. The weekly is probably forming, it's actually forming bullish, so that also gives you enough reason to look for the potential buy. So see how it goes, but I'd be more interested in looking for the sells at the moment on GU.
Yeah, as I mentioned, so I took this morning as a sell and it went negative. So unfortunately, I was also negative on bearish on GU. So and you're not it right. So
was it around here? Or?
yeah. Let me take a look.
JJ's pumping, guys.
Was 124, 199. It was more or less 2 hours prior.
Yeah,
to
so yeah,
open.
yeah, it was just here. So that's a bit tough. That's a bit tough.
Yeah.
That looked pretty good.
The issue was we closed below the support,
Yeah.
and there was a lot of margin on the left side at the end, and
yeah,
GU is bearish at the end. So
yeah,
I would take this every time.
Yeah, I'd be exactly. I'd be looking at it too. What it's done though is what I mentioned, what that you see often happen, where it'll sweep an Asian session low or high and then reverse the other way. But is it sustained or not? Because it's now at a resistance where it could potentially reject and come all the way back down. It's kind of just range bound at the moment on a 30-minute. But I definitely would be looking at the same thing, so not to worry.
No, for me it was clearly indicated, and also he was grabbing liquidity on the upside before it went down.
Yep.
So everything was really in touch. The only issue was, Justin, I don't know if you remember, I said to me the maximum 1 hour prior to London and not more.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So because market is not moving that much and not according what I know, so this would be the only mistake maybe I did.
Yep. Yeah, I see what you mean. Maybe you're up and about a bit too early.
Correct.
Yeah, GJ runner looks like it could be taken out shortly. Very close. Yeah, I'm out. So that's all right. Nice win on GJ. Hopefully most of you managed to secure some profits. Guys, sorry to harp on about it, but if you could, make sure you hit the like button. How's the week been, guys?
Yeah, good personally.
Nice one.
Although I was trying to hold that GBPJPY up until I was trying to hold the full position for full PT.
Oh, really? But as long as you've had a good week, I mean, you can do that. You can be a little bit more greedy on the Friday.
Yeah, that was my thinking.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Whereas for me, it was, again, I only traded twice prior to it, not both break even, so I was the opposite. I'd rather secure something. Barman, great week, nice one. Sandman was good, never blew my account. It's always a positive. Walk away if your count still intact on a Friday. That's a good one. Do I have to send refinance on a Monday? Must be a good feeling. Carl, good week for you. Nice one. Oh, Bitcoin is struggling a bit. Interesting. So it looks like everything else has been still pumping. NAS, so tech stocks is still absolutely flying yet again this week. Gold is flying, you got silver flying, but Bitcoin has actually still, yeah, it's near its open, but still has not rebounded as much as the others. I mean, NAS was pretty bearish last week and it's back up near the all-time high. Ethereum is my play. Ethereum is what, as a long-term sake, what I'm looking at. So again, doesn't mean I don't buy a full ETH every week. No way could I afford that, to be honest. But just dollar cost average, just whatever it is, $100, $200, $300 every week. It's pretty much all I'm doing between that and silver. But man, what main attractions in Melbourne? Well, there's plenty, to be honest. There's food and actual, yeah, the food and coffee culture is massive. I'm not great at selling something, to be honest, so probably not asking the right guy. If you're into sports, CMCG, that's pretty cool place to visit. You can go on tours to the G. Yarra River, along the Yarra River. The river itself's brown and ugly. There's a lot along it. You got South Bank, which is beautiful, lights up at night. They've got these massive fireballs that go all along the river on the hour, every hour until midnight or something. You got casino around there. You got same like every major city, mate. But the missus is loving it, so she thinks it's beautiful. The Botanical Gardens is actually one place we haven't visited just yet, but from all reports, even what she's read, a lot of people say it's the most stunning botanical garden out of any in the world. So yeah, I suppose that's a big one. Matthew, ETH is going. Yeah, I believe it will. But I'm liking this opportunity. That's for me. That's why I'm happy about getting this opportunity. Still very late, considering I was first buying ETH when it was $80. But I think ETH is another one that once things start to flag, it doesn't mean that it's all of a sudden just going to turn bullish. It could drop. It could drop back to, you know, a K or something. I would love that. I would absolutely love that, because I think you're pretty safe with ETH, to be honest. Alright, so GJ taking the runner out and is now potentially making the move back up. Interesting. Gold still sort of in no man's land at the moment. Take a look at GU again. AU. Yeah, I'm staying in a city next Tuesday and Wednesday night with the missus. To be honest, where I live is only 15 minutes from all the action. It's a really good area where we are. I just want to spoil her a little bit in a nice pad. I think it's pretty short. It's 60th floor or something, or 40th, something like that. So keep an eye out on IG for some photos. And again, we'd love to vlog, but we're both too shy to, you know, just walk around videoing everything, putting it in people's faces. What else are we looking at, guys? Anyone looking at any other charts, any other pair right now?
You know, I'm looking for GU, but right now there's nothing for me.
Yep. Fair enough, mate. Yeah, just need to wait for that. Yeah, I'd still be definitely more interested in selling it. PJ looking interesting. I assume it's very similar to GJ. You got a, yeah, very strong bearish candle forming in the weekly. You're at some strong daily support though. It's bearish in structure. 4 hours also bearish. Again, you've got that support to the left. Alright, so you've got the same bias as GJ, it's bearish, but you got 30-minute being bullish. You've got a catalyst potentially forming, but need to wait 20 minutes for that right confirmation, and that would be bearish engulfing. That's a little bit of a concern though. Yeah, well, would be nice on EJ if anyone does trade it. Nice strong closure just here. And then a little bit of a pause on the 15th. So if this was to happen on a 15-minute time frame, basically. Preferably closing below that point, but yeah. Anyway, you guys get the picture. So current 15 closing strong bearish, followed by a weak bullish candle, and then entry as it breaks the bullish candle low. There's a pure price action catalyst, bearish engulfing would tick the box here on the 30. Sandman, you're looking at oil? Okay. Also looks to be quite bearish at the moment. Yeah, very strong bearish candle on the weekly. So just based off that, what normally I'd be looking for, as you probably know, is where we could potentially pull back to for us to potentially reject and look for a sell. They could also become the areas where we potentially look for a buy. Price was to pop above it in anticipation of a deep pullback. But to buy it today, I'd need to have some sort of catalyst. And considering the current weekly is forming very strong bearish, that would be at least the 30-minute structural flipping bullish. So if we don't have that, I'd be focused on the sells today on oil. Daily structure, you could still argue it's bullish, but again, you got candle probabilities to downside at the moment, marking the current daily candles low. 4 hour is technically bearish. That's resistance, support at the low. Let's see what we've got below it. Oh, something smells very garlicky and strong. Alright, so it's out of support here to the left. Alright, we'll see what it looks like on a 30 though. So this rate, I'm probably looking for sells upon the pullback. Below to low. You've got that point there. All right, so that is at the low. So you've got a little bit of margin below current daily candles low. 30-minute is bearish, so I'd definitely be keen on selling it. I'd just be looking for the right confirmation from the pullback. Other than that, you've got support most recently formed at this point here, and that's 70.74. So if price was to pop below that point there, that's where I'd be keen on looking for my options to sell it. Otherwise, I mean, based on the 15, sell was below the minor support most recently formed. Doesn't look all that bad as well. 70.93. But the thing is, if you wait for it below 70.74, you've got the macro trend flipping back bearish as well. So in line with the actual structure and bias, so that is probably the better option. And you also have the 4 hour breaking its own low and likely breaking off the previous candle, so that would suggest potential rejection, exhaustion, and we potentially will reject. Well, at that point you will be rejecting the previous support here to the left. As for buys, I'd be careful with it. I mean, you do have the 4 hour candles, very high lows, high highs. Just, yeah, to me, it's a sell. I'd be really careful buying it today. Yeah, personally, I wouldn't feel comfortable buying it. So yeah, that's my opinion of it. Pound CAD looks also very bearish. Yeah, this is another one. I mean, the buys look tempting, but it's bearish across the board. So I'd rather just wait patiently for an option to sell it and not be looking at the potential level for rejection or even higher up at 178.40 being the Friday. That's personally what I'd be looking at.
What's your week looking like next week, Justin? You on or are you?
Be on for Monday, and Thursday. Should be right for Thursday. Yeah. Otherwise, Tuesday and Wednesday, yeah, I won't be in, to be honest. And Friday, I'm not sure this yet. But yeah, see, it is what it is, to be honest, at the moment. Guess what? Guess what?
You got unbanned on TikTok.
Yep, again.
Really?
Yep, just got the email. I finally got a chance to appeal it. I would not let me appeal prior to when I just logged in before through my email, and it says, we're happy to inform you that your account's restored. We apologize for the inconvenience. Someone bloody tell me, honestly, I need to, what exactly ticks the bot over? I need to know. I really need to know. But again, it's a matter of time. It's a matter of time either way. It's just frustrating. Really, really frustrating. Next time you see me streaming on TikTok, I'll wear like just really loose cut tank top or something and just flash a bloody nipple or something. They'll love that. No way I'll get banned. If I do that, I'm fine. You're good as, you know, as good as houses, safe as houses.
Watch GJ just absolutely smash up to our target now that it's made.
Oh.
It's just gonna absolutely those last 10 bits.
It's definitely gonna do it. Well, it's a good chance it will. I shouldn't say definitely, but it does look likely. Yeah, well, I only got to secure 10, so
yeah, I was out breaking the whole position. Such a trade-off, isn't it? Because break even makes you feel so comfortable when you're in the trade, but so often it goes this way.
Yeah, true. But again, it's really what it comes down to, how your week's been. If you've had a good week, then there's nothing wrong with trying to hit a home run on a Friday.
Yeah. James, maybe a suggestion. So if you go on break even, maybe take some profits out. So
that would have been the sensible.
Maybe
very sensible.
Yeah, maybe a rule for you itself. Yeah. So at least so when the price comes down to break even, then you have maybe secure something better than nothing.
Yeah, even if it's maybe half in position, but I can understand why you didn't bother. It all comes down to, you know, how you feel, if you can accept it. And again, if you've had a good week, and it's really the day to if you've locked in break even, then there's nothing wrong with trying to hit the home run on the Friday.
That was my view, is I'm happy with the profit for the week without trading today. So now that I'm 8 or 9 pips up, I'm just going to
let it go. Yeah. Yeah, I can understand that. I mean, for me,
Monday I won't even think about it. So.
Yeah, that's exactly. And if you were in drawdown and you hadn't covered it, once you got to, you know, 10 pips,
yeah, then it's different stuff.
It's becoming a bit greedy. Then you're trading based on emotion. So, you know, that's something I wouldn't recommend. I'd rather just end the week in a bit of a drawdown if that's the case. So the week for me will end up in a profit off the back of just one trade, 2 break evens and one win. Yeah, no, I haven't been on the charts as much. Guys probably are aware I've not been on every single day a week. Next week will be very interrupted. After that, should be back to normal for a fair bit.
Yeah, I'm two wins, 1 loss, 1 break even.
That's all right.
But up 2.7% or something, 2.8%.
That's good.
Yeah.
Don't go broke with, you know, you won't go broke securing 2.5%, 3% a week. Look
Yeah,
at
the
gold.
impact's more than 10% a month, which is unreal.
Yeah, well, exactly. Like that any month. Gold's looking a little bit interesting. This isn't really the margin, but otherwise it doesn't look all that bad. Especially if it closed above the 5-minute resistance here at 28.65.40. Very risky, but what we have done just now, with especially on the more so concentrating on the 5-minute, the minor time frame, we've tapped into the 30-minute support. We've obviously bounced off it. We've created a higher low on the 5-minute. We've retested the resistance and we're remaining above it. So if we begin to break above the resistance formed at the same level we at here to the left, around at 28.65, 65.40, 50, then we'll at that point confirm that higher high on the 5-minute, and that'd be a pretty strong catalyst. But again, there's just no margin. That's the issue. That's the real issue here. Let's mark in this resistance and see what sort of margin there is above that. A little bit better. Probably looking about 15 pips. Still not a great deal. Yeah, it's not an entry for me. Definitely not. I'm not going to take something like that, to be honest. Trying to, you know, squeeze out 10 pips from a 10 pip range. It's just, again, there are times where I feel it's valid. Maybe if you've had a good week, you might want to risk a little bit. That I can understand that. But in this occasion, for me, it's not perfect to warrant taking a risky entry. But man, there are traders still watching Donvo trading. Just amazing. How many is he getting to a stream these days? He'll always have him. He'll always get him. Thousand views. Is that live though? Wow. They're still going into massive drawdown on every trade as well.
Who?
Dombo.
Ah, still.
Yeah.
I can't understand the people that are still following him. It's so totally strange. Okay.
No idea, to be honest. There goes JJ, so of course.
Good to see though. The moves have been quite predictable this week, I think, and quite sustained.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good to see. Again, the analysis playing out, which is it's always a good thing.
It doesn't keep faking out.
I kind of can't log in then if TikTok says it's got the email. I'll have to work it out later. Alright, skull rejecting. We'd be very brave to do this, but the sells don't look that bad with this close bearish engulfing yet again. No way I'm entertaining this entry though, not a chance. Barman, don't know about his trades, I'm not his fan. Yeah, I tuned in about 3 weeks ago just to see what was going on for literally 2 minutes. I'm not sure if it was right at the beginning. It would have been right near the beginning. He only had like 200 on. And then you got good old me with 20 viewers, and I've lost about 3 minutes this week. So rub people the wrong way. I don't honestly have no idea how, but it is what it is. Gold sells are, yeah, only if this close bearish engulfing, but again, I would not be selling it. It's in a big uptrend, and on a Friday, I don't want to trade against the trend and the weekly candle direction. I mean, one thing you do have is 30 minutes technically bearish in the structure, but I'd rather just, it's a difficult day. You've got NFP. So to me, I'd probably stay well away from gold for the time being. Yeah, as far as pure price action, then if it did close bearish engulfing, that would actually look pretty good for a sell. Bodies, yeah, for the most part I am, but I've just a little bit interrupted the schedule at the moment. So next week I won't be on, definitely won't be on Tuesday and Wednesday. Anyone actually view the profile on TikTok? Because it just keeps saying an account suspended, even though I got the email to say it has been, or suspension has been removed. All right, so we've got London open, guys. Gold is just consulting that even if you were to consider any very risky sells today, that would not be a strong enough confirmation, personally, in my opinion. GJ at that resistance. So if you're not already in a buy, you're very late to a buy. Let's see the 4 hour. 4 hour resistance just there. I'm not going to take this, but let's see how it reacts to 50%. This is pretty much the ideal scenario, but the thing is the resistance is a little bit higher up here to draw it in on the 30. So I reckon I'd adjust this. I'll drag that up. Good. Look at that rejection of the zone. BJPY is looking good. Yeah, it's just no margin though. That's the issue. Very nice, strong catalyst. Look, if you want to take an entry, knowing that it's tapping into resistance, then you have to manage it if it does. But currently, it's rejecting. If it did break its own high again, there's a good chance it could make another impulse to the upside, especially seeing it is a high time volume. I'd be a little bit careful with it. Look at GJ now. Let's put it back to original position and see if it would have tapped into the 50. It's like a Mayoff. Not quite. Very close to it though. GU continuing up as well, so nothing just there as well. Alrighty guys, I'm gonna get going because that is me done for the week. I'm just gonna be satisfied with that trade today. Not gonna force anything else because nothing else looks half decent at the moment for me. Next possible options, GJ buys above the resistance here at 189.07. 189.10 is likely going to be the level. Still 0.07 15-minute resistance as well. You have created a high low high high within the structure on the 30. You've also got you know, 30 counter probabilities. You got 4 hour counter probabilities though. Yeah, it's looking pretty good for continuation. Otherwise I'd be looking for rejection and potential sells because that still is in line with the weekly direction irrespective of the 30-minute structure. So that's what I'd be looking at. GJ gold, I would not be touching it. Just wait for the news. There is too much news about no, Tommy, I'm not Friday, no way. It's me for the week. But yeah, thank you again, guys, for your support. I will be back on Monday. So I look forward to seeing you guys then. Could make sure you hit the like button on the way out. Still only 13 likes, so some of you have forgotten to hit the like button. Yeah, be much appreciated if you could do it. And if you'd like to know anything more about what I do, you can find all that in the description below. Otherwise, guys, take care, have a good weekend, and I'll see you guys Monday.
Thank you, man. Same to you. Enjoy
Cheers.
the weekend.
Thanks, mate. See you guys. Bye.
See you, Justin. Bye.
See you, bro. Bye.